Jungkook's November 16th livestream was not just a sweet dawn surprise. It was the kind of moment that froze the entire ARMY universe in place. All it took was one small notification on Weverse, just a simple line saying, "Jungkook is live," and suddenly the world seemed to stop spinning. In seconds, millions of fans rushed to their screens, as if their hearts had been wired to react instantly to his name. No alarm could wake people as effectively. No message could send adrenaline running that fast. Only Jungkook. The stream felt spontaneous, almost like a soft whisper from someone who suddenly remembers you in the quiet hours of dawn. Jungkook appeared slightly tired, with messy hair and the aura of a man who had stayed awake through the night. But somehow, that fatigue made him even more magnetic. There was something raw and genuine in the way he smiled lazily at the camera, something tender in his sleepy gaze, something comforting in the way he pushed his hair back as if he were talking to a close friend instead of millions of people around the world. For nearly an hour, Jungkook created an atmosphere so warm and intimate that it felt like being wrapped in a soft blanket. He joked lightly, teased the viewers, read comments carefully, and played his favorite songs. Lauv, Lady Gaga, mellow tracks that turned the livestream into a miniature midnight studio. The playlist wasn't just music, it was a window into his heart. Every track reflected his mood, a blend of exhaustion, warmth, calmness, and a lingering kind of longing he didn't explain, but everyone felt. And then came the visuals. Oh, the visuals. With his new haircut, soft bangs falling naturally, and, most dangerously, those tiny glasses that looked like they were crafted specifically to ruin global stability, Jungkook became the ultimate webtoon character brought to life. Comments flooded in instantly. "This is illegal. I'm not prepared. Who allowed this?" Everyone agreed that Don Jungkook was a global threat. But visuals weren't the only thing that made this live stream unforgettable. At one point, Jungkook mentioned, in the softest, slightly raspy voice, that he had stayed up all night and that it was almost 7 a.m. in Korea. He should have been asleep. He should have been resting. And yet, he chose to greet ARMY first. That simple fact alone made the live stream feel sacred. The studio he streamed from was warm and quiet, drenched in a gentle glow that made the space feel like a small, peaceful sanctuary away from the world. Many fans said it felt like sitting in the room with him, listening to his soft breathing, watching his tired smile, feeling his presence through the screen. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't staged. It felt real. Behind this warmth, however, a storm of rumors was swirling online. Rumors, as always, aimed at his connection with Jimin. But Jungkook didn't respond with anger or frustration. He didn't defend himself. He didn't fuel drama. He simply smiled. Played music. His silence was louder than any explanation. It was elegance in its purest form. And as always, whenever Jungkook goes live, Jimin's name inevitably rises with him. Not because fans are delusional, but because consistency never lies. For years, every time chaos hits, something subtle between them surfaces, something that feels too perfectly timed to be called coincidence. Fans notice the patterns, the harmony, the unspoken rhythm. This livestream was no different. During the military hiatus, moments like this feel even more precious. There are no concerts, no variety shows, no elaborate content, just these soft, quiet interactions. And when Jungkook finally said, "See you again," his voice warm and slightly reluctant, as if he genuinely didn't want to leave, the world collectively melted. Within minutes, the simple phrase became a global trend. Yet beneath the sweetness lay something deeper. Every attempt to drive a wedge between Jungkook and Jimin only seems to result in new moments that tie them closer together. Fans who truly pay attention see the pattern. No matter how loud the rumors scream, these two always find a way to align, sometimes through timing, sometimes through gestures, sometimes simply through the calmness that surrounds them. While haters craft narratives, spread edited photos, or twist information, Jungkook and Jimin continue moving at their own pace, steady, quiet, synchronized. Their bond doesn't need grand statements or dramatic claims. It shows itself in consistency, in the way they remain unaffected by noise, in the ease of their presence in each other's lives. That's why people who try to tear them apart end up frustrated. You cannot break what doesn't rely on public approval. There is beauty in a connection like that. A connection that doesn't need validation. A connection that doesn't crumble under pressure. A connection that grows stronger with every storm. Every time rumors swirl, instead of drifting apart, they appear even more in sync. It's almost as if the universe keeps reminding us that some bonds exist in a space untouched by chaos. And that is why the narrative always circles back to the same truth. The harder the world tries to separate Jungkook and Jimin, the stronger they stand side by side. Rumors rise, but their rhythm remains unshaken. Accusations fly, but their harmony never falters. This isn't about wild fan fantasies. It's about patterns that have repeated themselves for years, too many times to deny. In the end, Jungkook's livestream was more than entertainment at dawn. It was a reminder that no amount of noise can shake a bond built on trust, comfort, and years of shared history. Jungkook showed up with sincerity. Jimin continues to shine with quiet steadiness. And together, knowingly or unknowingly, they move with a harmony that only they understand. Jungkook may have gone live simply because he had to stay awake. But in that one tender hour, he made millions of people feel comforted, seen, and loved. He turned an ordinary morning into a memory that will linger for a very long time. Behind the rumors, behind the chaos, behind every attempt to divide them, one truth keeps resurfacing. Jungkook remains genuine, and the rhythm of Jikook continues. Steady, silent, unbreakable. The more the world tries to shake them, the clearer it becomes. This bond is not fragile. It grows stronger, deeper, more grounded with every storm. In the quiet after the live stream ended, when the screen finally faded to black and the world slipped back into its usual rhythm, one feeling lingered in the hearts of millions: warmth. Jungkook didn't need a grand performance, a polished script, or a carefully crafted appearance. All he needed was a tired smile, a soft voice, and the honesty of simply being himself. And somehow, that was more powerful than any stage he had ever stood on. The dawn of November 16th became a reminder of why people all over the world love him. Not for perfection, but for sincerity. Not for spectacle, but for the quiet comfort he brings. And as long as he continues to show up like this, even in the smallest ways, the bond between Jungkook, Jimin, and the entire army will remain unshakable. Rumors may rise, storms may come, narratives may twist, but the truth always survives. Their connection, their harmony, and their quiet strength speak louder than anything else. Some bonds don't break under pressure. Some bonds grow even stronger because of it. So as the sun rose over Korea that morning, it wasn't just the start of a new day. It was the echo of a message Jungkook sent without ever saying it. I'm here. I'm well. And we're okay. And for ARMY, that was everything.